Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A journey in a vehicle, usually an automobile. Have certain properties when driven. This car rides smoothly. Copulate with. Sit and travel on the back of animal, usually while controlling its motions. Did you ever ride a camel? Be contingent on. The outcomes rides on the results of the election. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. Don't ride me so hard over my failure. A mechanical device that you ride for amusement or excitement. Be carried or travel on or in a vehicle. I ride to work in a bus. Be sustained or supported or borne. Climb up on the body. Shorts that ride up. Continue undisturbed and without interference. Let it ride. Keep partially engaged by slightly depressing a pedal with the foot. Don't ride the clutch. Lie moored or anchored. Ship rides at anchor. Move like a floating object. Ride over, along, or through. Sit on and control a vehicle. He rides his bicycle to work every day. Hitting a golf ball off of a tee with a driver. He sliced his drive out of bounds. The act of applying force to propel something. After reaching the desired velocity, the drive is cut off. A journey in a vehicle, usually an automobile. He took the family for a drive in his new car. Force into or from an action or state, either physically or metaphorically. He drives me mad. Have certain properties when driven. My new truck drives well. Move into a desired direction of discourse. A road leading up to a private house. They parked in the driveway. Cause to move back by force or influence. Strive and make an effort to reach a goal. A series of actions advancing a principle or tending toward a particular end. The team was ready for a drive toward the pennant. A wide scenic road planted with trees. The Riverside Drive offers many exciting scenic views. Travel or be transported in a vehicle. Proceed along in a vehicle. We drive the turnpike to work. A mechanism by which force or power is transmitted in a machine. A variable speed drive permitted operation through a range of speeds. A physiological state corresponding to a strong need or desire. Cause someone or something to move by driving. Cause to function by supplying the force or power for or by controlling. The amplifier drives the tube. Cause to move rapidly by striking or throwing with force. Drive the ball far out into the field. Compel somebody to do something, often against his own will or judgment. Computer science. A device that writes data onto or reads data from a storage medium. Excavate horizontally. Drive a tunnel. Hit very hard, as by swinging a bat horizontally. Drive a ball. Hunting, chase from cover into more open ground. Drive the game. Hunting, search for game. Drive the forest. Move by being propelled by a force. Operate or control a vehicle. Drive a car or bus. Push, propel, or press with force. Sports. A hard straight return, as in tennis or squash. Strike with a driver, as in teeing off. Drive a golf ball. The act of driving a herd of animals overland. The trait of being highly motivated. His drive and energy exhausted his coworkers. To compel or force or urge relentlessly or exert coercive pressure on, or motivate strongly. She is driven by her passion. Urge forward. Drive the cows into the barn. Work as a driver. He drives a bread truck. A landmass that projects well above its surroundings, higher than a hill. Go upward with gradual or continuous progress. Copulate with. Go up or advance. The act of climbing something. Get up on the back of. Mount a horse. Something forming a back that is added for strengthening. A lightweight horse kept for riding only. Prepare and supply with the necessary equipment for execution or performance. Mount a theater production. A mounting consisting of a piece of metal, as in a ring or other jewelry, that holds a gem in place. The diamond was in a plain gold mount. Attached to a support. They mounted the aerator on a floating. Fix onto a backing, setting, or support. Mount slides for macroscopic analysis. Put up or launch. Mount a campaign against pornography. Work or act as a babysitter. I cannot babysit tonight, I have too much homework to do. Show to a seat. Assign a seat for. Be seated. Sit and travel on the back of animal, usually while controlling its motions. Be around, often idly or without specific purpose. Take a seat. Assume a posture as for artistic purposes. Be in session. When does the court of law sit? Be located or situated somewhere. The White House sits on Pennsylvania Avenue. Serve in a specific professional capacity. Put trust in with confidence. Be contingent on. Be dependent on, as for support or maintenance. Elderly parents often depend on their adult children. Put trust in with confidence. Be contingent on. Be contingent on. Be contingent on. Be contingent on. Get high, stoned, or drugged. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. Cause to operate by flipping a switch. Turn on the stereo. Be contingent on. Stimulate sexually. Become hostile towards. Produce suddenly or automatically. Turn on the waterworks. Anything that serves as an enticement. Something used to lure fish or other animals into danger so they can be trapped or killed. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. Attack with dogs or set dogs upon. lure, entice, or entrap with bait. Lean white flesh of important North Atlantic food fish, usually baked or poached. Collecting the charges upon delivery. Fool or hoax. The vessel that contains the seeds of a plant, not the seeds themselves. Major food fish of Arctic and cold temperate waters. Payable by the recipient on delivery. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. Treat cruelly. A week at British universities during which side shows and processions of floats are organized to raise money for charities. Censure severely or angrily. The deputy ragged the prime minister. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. Newspaper with half-size pages. Music with a syncopated melody, usually for the piano. A small piece of cloth or paper. Cause annoyance in. Disturb, especially by minor irritations. A boisterous practical joke, especially by college students. Break into lumps before sorting. Rag or. Play in ragtime. Rag that old tune. The feat of mustering strength for a renewed effort. He singled to start a rally in the 9th inning. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. A large gathering of people intended to arouse enthusiasm. Call to arms. Of military personnel. Return to a former condition. Gather or bring together. Gather. Sports. An unbroken sequence of several successive strokes. After a short rally, Connors won the point. A marked recovery of strength or spirits during an illness. An automobile race run over public roads. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. His fellow workers razzed him when he wore a jacket and tie. A cry or noise made to express displeasure or contempt. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. Aggravation by deriding or mocking or criticizing. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. Disentangle and raise the fibers of. Tease wool. The act of harassing someone playfully or maliciously, especially by ridicule, provoking someone with persistent annoyances. He ignored their teases. Ruffle one's hair, by combing the ends towards the scalp, for a full effect. Separate the fibers of. Tease wool. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. The children teased the new teacher. Annoy persistently. The children teased the boy because of his stammer. Someone given to teasing, as by mocking or stirring curiosity. A seductive woman who uses her sex appeal to exploit men. Mock or make fun of playfully. The flirting man teased the young woman. Raise the nap of fabrics. Tear into pieces. Tease tissue for microscopic examinations. To arouse hope, desire, or curiosity without satisfying them. The advertisement is intended to tease the customers. Aggravation by deriding or mocking or criticizing. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. Someone who is regarded as contemptible. The act of traveling from one place to another. Travel upon or across. Undertake a journey or trip. The act of traveling from one place to another. The officer below the master on a commercial ship. A person's partner in marriage. A chess move constituting an inescapable and indefensible attack on the opponent's king. One of a pair. He lost the mate to his shoe. South American holly. Leaves used in making a drink like tea. Place an opponent's king under an attack from which it cannot escape and thus ending the game. Kasparov checkmated his opponent after only a few moves. A fellow member of a team. It was his first start against his former teammates. Engage in sexual intercourse. Birds mate in the spring. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. An exact duplicate. Informal term for a friend of the same sex. South American tea-like drink made from leaves of a South American holly called mate. The partner of an animal, especially a sexual partner. He loved the mare and all her mates. A set of two similar things considered as a unit. Arrange in pairs. Two items of the same kind. Form a pair or pairs. The two old friends paired off. Engage in sexual intercourse. Occur in pairs. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. The student was paired with a partner for collaboration on the project. A poker hand with two cards of the same value. Two people considered as a unit. Linked together. Can we couple these proposals? Two items of the same kind. A pair who associate with one another. The engaged couple. Form a pair or pairs. A pair of people who live together. A married couple from Chicago. Engage in sexual intercourse. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. This fact is coupled to the other one. A small indefinite number. He's coming for a couple of days. Physics. Something joined by two equal and opposite forces that act along parallel lines. Engage in sexual intercourse. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. We traveled from Rome to Naples by bus. Travel upon or across. Travel the oceans. Undertake a journey or trip. A movement through space that changes the location of something. Self-propelled movement. Make a trip for pleasure. The act of going from one place to another. He enjoyed selling but he hated the travel. Travel from place to place, as for the purpose of finding work, preaching, or acting as a judge. Undergo transportation as in a vehicle. We traveled north on Route 508. Follow a certain course. How did your interview go? Have a particular form. As the saying goes. Move away from a place into another direction. Perform as expected when applied. The washing machine won't go unless it's plugged in. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. How fast does your new car go? Be in the right place or situation. Let's put healthcare where it belongs, under the control of the government. A usually brief attempt. A board game for two players who place counters on a grid. The object is to surround and so capture the opponent's counters. Pass from physical life and lose all bodily attributes and functions necessary to sustain life. Make a certain noise or sound. Lead, extend, or afford access. This door goes to the basement. Street names for methylenedioxymethamphetamine. Continue to live and avoid dying. Begin or set in motion. Ready, set, go. Stop operating or functioning. To be spent or finished. The money had gone after a few days. A time period for working, after which you will be relieved by someone else. It's my go. Blend or harmonize. This sofa won't go with the chairs. Go through in search of something. Search through someone's belongings in an unauthorized way. Enter or assume a certain state or condition. Get going. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Can I go now? Give support to, or make a choice of, one out of a group or number. Stretch out over a distance, space, time, or scope. Run or extend between 2 points or beyond a certain point. His knowledge doesn't go very far. Follow a procedure or take a course. We should go farther in this matter. Be the right size or shape. Fit correctly or as desired. Progress by being changed. The speech has to go through several more drafts. Be abolished or discarded. These ugly billboards have to go. Be or continue to be in a certain condition. Be ranked or compare. This violinist is as good as Juilliard-trained violinists go. Be spent. Functioning correctly and ready for action. All systems are go. Pass, fair, or elapse, of a certain state of affairs or action. How is it going? Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. Give an incentive for action. This moved me to sacrifice my career. Be in a state of action. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. The soldiers moved towards the city in an attempt to take it before night fell. The act of changing location from one place to another. The movement of people from the farms to the cities. Cause to move or shift into a new position or place, both in a concrete and in an abstract sense. The director moved more responsibilities onto his new assistant. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. We must move quickly. The act of changing your residence or place of business. They say that 3 moves equal 1 fire. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. follow a procedure or take a course. A change of position that does not entail a change of location. Movement as a sign of life. Progress by being changed. Propose formally, in a debate or parliamentary meeting. Arouse sympathy or compassion in. Her fate moved us all. Change residence, affiliation, or place of employment. We moved from Idaho to Nebraska. Dispose of by selling. The chairman of the company told the salesman to move the computers. Game. A player's turn to take some action permitted by the rules of the game. Go or proceed from one point to another. The debate moved from family values to the economy. Live one's life in a specified environment. She moves in certain circles only. Move so as to change position, perform a non-translational motion. He moved his hand slightly to the right. The act of deciding to do something. He didn't make a move to help. Treat with contempt.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.